Hello, this is Tony Hiller from RealClimateScience.com, setting the record straight about climate. This video discusses the amazing heat wave of May 10th, 1896. This map shows U.S. temperatures on May 10th, 1896. 80-degree temperatures are shown in yellow and 90-degree temperatures are shown in red. Most of the eastern U.S. was over 90 degrees on that date, and more than three-fourths of United States historical climatology network stations were over 80 degrees on May 10th, 1896. New Bedford, Massachusetts reached an incredible 96 degrees, which is 43 degrees warmer than today's forecast. Portsmouth, Ohio was 98 degrees, 40 degrees warmer than today's forecast. And the hottest place in the country on May 10th, 1896 was Paris, Illinois at 99 degrees. This graph shows the percents of U.S. stations to reach 90 degrees on May 10th every year since 1895. The big heat wave of 1896 is shown here. The five hottest May 10ths in the U.S. were 1896, 1963, 1936, 1962, and 1916. 1895, 1967, 1911, and 1910 also had big heat waves on May 10th. But the last 5 years have all been close to record cold, and this year will also be cold. It wasn't just hot in the U.S. in 1896. January 1896 was also the hottest month on record in Australia. The New York Times reported, "Hottest of hot waves on record, how it struck sweltering New South Wales in January last." Talking about hot weather, one day last January, the mercury at Adelaide, Australia marked 127 degrees in the shade. A memorandum from Gunda Book on the Darling River giving the readings of the thermometer in the proper shade at the station homestead, which is within 30 yards of the river, from the 1st to the 25th of January 1896. The following is the extraordinary record of each successive day's temperature from the 1st to the 25th, inclusive at this station. It was 112, 107, 112, 114, 118, 121, 123, 118, 118, 115, 117, 124, 117, 121, 120, 128, 128, 124, 129, 126, 120, 126, 129, 119, and 118. These temperatures are incredible. The Gunda Book is about 500 miles west of Sydney. A gentleman from the hot locality remarked that when it cooled down to 98 degrees in the shade, we felt that the hot spell had broken. While with Mark Twain a few weeks ago when it was 100 degrees in the shade, but awfully oppressive from the great humidity in the atmosphere, in a languid manner indicating his feelings, he said, "I guess we're so near our destination that it heats through the partition. To hell." Had the noted observer been in Gunda Book, he probably would have been looking for permanent quarters under the impression that he had reached his destination. Almost all of the May 10th heat waves in the U.S. occurred more than 50 years ago, and the heat wave of 1896 in Australia was unprecedented. If that sort of heat occurred now, climate scientists would say they were 99% certain it was due to man-made CO2 and that government needs to take action. This is because the most prominent climate scientists aren't scientists and they don't actually do science. Visit Toto on the web at realclimatescience.com. He's been pulling back the curtain on junk science for a long time.